but you can't do it anymore, so quite hard case what you can call the kids these days. I see a whole lot of different ones, but I think Noah's one of the more popular names for the boys these days. Don't have a lot of Craigs anymore. Rightio, let's have a look now. Let's have a look to see who's on the front there. We've got 42N, who hasn't come up on our registration sheets as well. We'll be leading them off on the outside. Me that John Everett's not feeling too good in super stock, so that's right. We'll carry on with the quarter midgets. The 8 car of Monica Rawson, who won the feature for her first feature the other weekend, leads this one out. A watch for the 12 car of young Taylor Martin. He'll be fresh and absolutely pumped. He was at the Food Fighters concert, I think, on Friday night down here in Christchurch, so absolutely pumped. 2.5 hours of listening to David Grohl and the Foo Fighters. In front of him it is Bailey Benson. Of course, Dad will be racing later on with the TQs for the round 2 of Club Champs. 42 of Leela is there as well. So not showing up on our ELS system. Of course, there's Leela Harper.
Yeah, so we've got the 8 of Monica Rawson still leading this one out.
Quite comfortably, yep. Bit of a fight for those small podium positions. Leela Harper, of course, the 23 of young Bailey and the 12 of Taylor. Then we go back to the 35 of Caden Simmons. Guys just punting around 5 or 6 laps. Just looking here, we're on lap number 4 of 6. So you should see the white flag there, young Monica Rawson. Of course, older brother Jack racing the TQs. Back out later on, it looks like the 23 of Bailey has picked up second place. Here comes young Taylor Martin. Of course, young Jack Ryan, aka Tom Cruise, the 10 car, new driver to the track. He's only pint size, he's only up to my ankle, and I'm only up to everyone else's ankles. So quite a hard case, but it will be a race win to Monica Rawson. Young Bailey will finish second from Taylor Martin, then we'll go back to Caden Simmons. Kesley, Leela Harper there, and Jack Ryan will be the last one through the start-finish line. And it'll be our first heat of the Walker Engineering's quarter midgets for tonight. And just a quick update, the 683 Superstock, John Everett, he's just put his belts on, tightened them up, and he's a little bit injured from a meeting to go before Christmas, and just still feeling the effects of that hit before Christmas, and won't be out tonight, so the car's packed up. Of course, missing also the 81 of Callum Russ, desperately trying to get the engine back from Christchurch. It's down there on the dyno and bits and pieces. They've had a few issues with the engine, blowing heat gaskets and bits and pieces, so the poor old young Callum's been working Saturdays and bits and pieces to try and pay for all that. So unfortunately, they couldn't get the engine back in time for this weekend, but no doubt he will be back at some stage in the near future with a nice, fresh, sharp-looking engine. And of course, we're looking forward to seeing Blake Kern out as well after he won a race the other day, first time in the Superstock. But there you go, it is the 8 car of Monica Rawson, and certainly finding the winner's circle more often these days. A very competitive driver, one of the first drivers I know to roll basically the first 2 laps of the meeting, to roll both laps, both times. As young Jack Rawson gets the help from Dad. There goes Mark Ryan. Oh, he's looking cool, fighting fitness, Mark Ryan. Former saloon car driver out of Christchurch. Drives a red transit van floating around. I think it's got Brummels or something on the side of it. Engineer or mechanic.
Right, so our super stock's coming out. We've got a visitor, the 85G of Tom Cooper, who
and of course then young Taylor, I think Lockie might have gone down too. They were down at the Foo Fighters down here in Christchurch, so quite good. 2.5 hours I reckon the old Foo Fighters went for. I don't know if Jack Black turned up. I hear he turned up in Auckland. He's my brother, he looks like me, doesn't he? He's got the same body size. We both sing about the same. no good after about 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, of course, that boys versus girls last week in Blenheim. I wanted to send the boys one way and the girls the other, but they wouldn't let it, so it's a bit of a shame.
Yeah, but in the latest government policy, you've got to let them decide which way they want to go these days anyway. I mean, like, it's like the balloons that they pop. It's either pink, blue or rainbow these days. I mean, had to say that, not too sure, but we'll find out anyway. But anyway, it looks like Kimball Warson's looking on. Can the daughter do it once more off the front there? Look for young Taylor Martin, the 12 car. He'll be one to watch, and young Bailey Benson. The 95ers are one of our newer drivers. Of course, haven't seen them here too often, but it is Jackson. If I can read my own writing, here we go, Jackson. Yeah, we'll call him young Jackson. That makes it nice and easy. First name terms. Like to get first name terms with some of these drivers here. So lights should be out. Of course, Gabe, I don't think Gabe has caught a midgets up this way, up his way. There's a lot of midgets up that way. Super stock cars, quite a sprint cars up in Huntley, so they have quite a versatile track, very much like Nelson has. Like when you get likes of Wolford Glen, there's stock cars and that, and you have Royce with the open wheelers. Now Huntley's just that one in between, where Rotorua is more of that stock car type one, and then you go to Tauranga, which is all open wheelers. And of course, I think Tauranga is running tonight, I believe. I'm not sure they're running tonight. Yep, there we go. Yep, one place I swore I'd never go back to until Rodney Wood did his magic. But here we go. 12 car of young Taylor Martin, who 2 days ago was busy listening to the Foo Fighters, is fighting his way to the front. And behind him, his good mates, young Bailey Benson. The rest of the field just falling away. Watch for the 8 car of Monica Rawson. She's had 2 or 3 years in this grade now, so starting to find her feet quite nicely, having a bit of a battle with the 95 machine off the back of the pack. 35 up into 3rd spot. That is young Caden Simmons. And also through there will be the 42 of Leela Harper. So the young quarter midgets, just the 6 laps once again before their feature race. And I'm just trying to bank points to be off that front row for the all-important last race of the night. Bragging rights, of course, in the club rooms later on. And to find out who the driver of the night will be. There's a head round the back there, young Jack Bryan. As we call him, aka Tom Cruise, gets to be passed by a few of our speeds. And it is the 12 car of young Taylor Martin. I'm not sure if he's going to be a race car driver or a rock star. I don't think he's decided yet. He could do either. There's a head down the back straight. Rounds 2 and 3 and 4. Should see the white flag this time round. And the rest of the field just following the leader as they shoot round. Young Bailey Benson in the 23 machine, sitting happily in 2nd place from the 35. Head round 3 and 4. That's the way the top 3 will finish. 4th place will go to the 42 of Leela Harper. And then we go back to Jackson Kids Alley. I've got to try and work it out, pronounce that one. I apologise for that in the moment, in advance. First one I've seen now, one Monica Rawson, who will be in 6th place, and then young Jack Ryan, aka Tom Cruise. We'll finish the quarter midgets out as we look forward to the super stocks back out here again. Of course, been up in the North Island with young Gabe. You see a few more super stocks up that way, and I think they've got to. Where are you next weekend? Where are you going next weekend? Are you staying at home, or you're home next weekend? Oh, that's right. You're not going to go down and watch midgets? Oh, that's right. You've got plenty of midgets up your way. You've got a few floating around that way. So, yeah, well, there you go. I taught you one thing. Yeah. Of course, I got TQs were racing last night in Rotorua too, and I think young Terence Durrell, who I've got high hopes on, had a good night at the office. Unfortunately, TNZ didn't have such a good night in the office. I think he had a DNF and a last place or something, so not a good night for the young fella there. So, of course, TQ racing was quite good with the New Zealand TQs down this way. Thoroughly enjoyed having him. Of course, it's not going to get any easier for the North Islanders next year because they've got to head down to Jeremy's other home patch, which is Ruapuna Speedway. Yeah. And, of course, plenty of TQs down that way, and they've still got big meetings down that way. So I'm looking forward to that one. Yes, look, that's an ideal photo. I don't know who put that together. I think I do know. It's actually the guys from Waimea Print that put that together, but that's an awesome photo of 2 young Americans there. Of course, aren't they lucky they can't vote at the moment? Can you imagine having to vote for Trump? Jail president, jail president, jail president. Oh, see what happens.
Yeah, 1NZ of Kyle Rowe might be making the trip from Palmerston off here to contest that Grand Prix. So good to have him here. Rightio, quarter midgets ready for their 7-lap feature race. And it will be the 12 of young Martin off the front. That will be Taylor Martin from the 23 of Bailey Benjamin. And it looks like the 8 will be Monika Rawson. 42 of Leela Harper. We've got young Jackson, the 95C, 35 of Caden Simmons. So it looks like the lights will be out for the feature for our quarter midgets. Our Walker Engineering quarter midgets feature race, 7 laps. About to get the green. And we are racing. And away they go, and it looks like it will be young Taylor Martin leading us out from the 23 of Bailey Benjamin. Then we go back to, looks like the 8 car of Monika Rawson. And then it looks like one of our Christchurch cars, that will be the 35 of Caden Simmons in there, but it is Taylor Martin from Bailey Benjamin, then Monika Rawson, Caden Simmons, Leela Harper, and young Jackson in there as well. Oh, gives old Leela Harper a bit of a touch-up on the back straight, nothing too serious as they work their way through. It is the 12 of Taylor Martin leading this one out from Bailey Benjamin, Monika Rawson, Caden Simmons, Leela Harper and Jackson, and young Jack Ryan in the 10 car. But it is the 12 of Taylor Martin leading this one out from the 23 of Bailey Benjamin, who's trying to find his way around the 12 of Martin. Can't get it done at the moment. Monika Rawson in the 8 car sitting there comfortably in third. 35 of Caden Simmons and Leela Harper. But it is the 12 of Taylor Martin leading this one out. We're about to go on to lap 4 of 7 from the 23. Oh, Jack Ryan's parked up. He's had an issue. So that will bring on the yellow light. And we'll go get young Jack Ryan sorted. Only probably in his about second or third meeting in the quarter midget. So hopefully nothing too serious there. We'll try and get him fired up or push to the infield. But we have done 3 laps on the feature for our quarter midgets, and it is Taylor Martin from Bailey Benjamin, Monika Rawson, Caden Simmons, Leela Harper, Jackson, and Jack Ryan. So we'll get Jack fired back up again. We'll get the clerk of the course and that just sort that out. And they'll head off. Looks like we won't be far away from getting the green. We'll get a restart in our quarter midget feature race. And we get a green. Yes, green. Away we go racing. And it is Taylor Martin who will lead them all from the 23. Bailey Benjamin, Monika Rawson, then the 35 of Caden Simmons, Leela Harper, then young Jackson, Jack Ryan at the back. But here we go. It is Taylor Martin leading this one out. Lap 4 of 7 from the 23. That's Bailey Benjamin, Monika Rawson in the 8 car, 35 of Caden Simmons and Leela Harper and Jackson out of Christchurch. But it is 12 of Taylor Martin still leading this one out. Lap 5 of 7, so a couple more laps to run. White flag will come out next time round for Taylor Martin and Bailey Benjamin and Monika Rawson as they fire into turns 3 and 4. And it will be Taylor Martin who will take the white flag from Bailey Benjamin and Monika Rawson. That's your top 3. Caden Simmons, Leela Harper, Jackson. But here he comes onto turns 3 and 4 they go. And it will be a feature win to the 12 of Taylor Martin who'll take out the feature for our quarter midget. Second will be Bailey Benjamin, Monika Rawson, Caden Simmons, Leela Harper, Jackson, the 95C, and Jack Ryan, the 10. Will round out our quarter midgets for their feature race. So great, nice, quick racing, clean racing from our quarter midgets. And of course we were supposed to have the dash for our sprint cars, but we do have super stocks lined up on the grid for their next round of racing. And of course then we've got our TQs for their third heat of the club champs. And then, of course, got that extra stock car race, and then our War of the Wing sprint car feature, which I know in your program it is scheduled for 30 laps. I believe that is only a 20 lapper. So looking forward to that. But here he comes, your feature winner for the quarter midgets. It will be Taylor Martin in the 12 car. And he'll just get into gear. Away he goes. So put your hands together for him, race fans. Picking up our feature win in the quarter midgets, young Taylor Martin. So our super stocks not too far away from coming out. Of course, a bit of a small field of them. Of course, been a big couple of weeks for super stocks. A couple of big meetings done on one day. Of course, you're selling super stocks and World 240s all been done in one day. And of course, the big one next weekend up in Palmerston North with the teams. But the 85G, Tom Cooper will lead them out from the 74 of